I have a bittersweet story. It is a story of a lost life and a saved life. And my story begins when I was 17, I became pregnant with my daughter. When I was 18, I became pregnant with my son. And again at 19, I became pregnant a third time. I was single and alone and taking care of two children with very little money, very little patience, as I was a child raising children. And the father of my son and of the third child, really all he could offer me was the money and to tell me to get it taken care of. So I made the call to Planned Parenthood. It was the only name I knew. They were happy to make an appointment for me. I was very distraught for the next several days, thinking about what I was about to do, about the appointment that was coming up. But I just honestly couldn't think of anything else, and I didn't dare share with anyone what I was thinking about doing. So I woke up that morning and I got on a CODA bus by myself. I medicated myself heavily. I remember riding on the bus. I remember walking through the door. I remember crying. And I remember a woman with short blonde hair coming up to me and talking to me. And then the next thing I remember is waking up in my bed in my house. And I thought, oh, I didn't do it. I really, in my heart, thought I did it. I couldn't go through with, well, killing my baby. But as days went by, and even a few weeks, I remembered everything. I remembered the doctor and the room. I remembered the sound of the machine. And I realized that my baby really was gone. And it's never easy to share. And I have suffered with that death for a long time. I wonder who that person was. Was that the person that was my daughter's best friend? Was that my best friend? Who are they? But I know that through Jesus Christ, I will spend eternity with them again. So I'll tell them I'm sorry someday. But in the meantime, my children grew up. And it was fun, and they are awesome. And I might not have had money, but I loved them very, very much. And then my daughter came to me one day, and I know that my daughter is a heroin addict. And she told me she was pregnant and that she had an appointment with Planned Parenthood. And my heart sank. I knew what that meant. I knew the pain of going through those doors of that building. And I prayed right away for God to give me the right words to say to her, because I did not want to run her off. I didn't want to turn her away from me. And he did. I said everything right. She went to bed thinking she was going to do that in the morning. I went to my computer after I knew she was asleep, and I was like, God, please, I need you tonight. I need you now. I mean, all I could think of was Hannah praying for Samuel. And I started Googling pregnancy help, anything. It was 4 years ago, so I can't remember what I put in there, but pregnancy decision was there. And as soon as I opened up the website, I knew that God had come through with me sitting in that chair. After all, he knew what I needed before I even asked. So I thanked him. I couldn't sleep. I spent the night praying about my daughter and the baby in her belly. And she woke in the morning and I said, hey, I got you an earlier appointment and I made it closer. We won't have to go all the way downtown. She was like, oh, okay. So we got to pregnancy decision, and they were kind. They were not judgmental towards her, even though they knew what she had wanted to do. the other appointment that she wanted. And we got in a room with a registered nurse and an ultrasound machine, and they hooked everything up, and there was a baby. Not only was my daughter pregnant, but she was 20 weeks pregnant. He was a little astronaut floating in there. He was waving at me, saying, "Thanks for noticing I'm finally here, finally noticing that I'm here." And I remember my daughter had on white socks with little pink hearts on them because, I mean, she wouldn't let me look at her. So all I could do was look at the baby on the screen and my daughter's socks. And thank God that he led us to pregnancy decision health centers, because my daughter knew right that moment that she would not end her baby's life, that she was going to go through with having her baby. So we got home, we started eating healthy. Honestly, she didn't stop using, so there was another prayer answered that he is okay today. And pregnancy decision didn't stop calling her. They called her all through her pregnancy. They called her through his first birthday, but she never called back. I would be the one that would talk to them when they'd call, because she was still in her addiction, and that's okay too. They cared enough to see her through all the way through. So that is my story. I told you it was bitter and sweet, but there's a saved life out of it, and I'm happy to share my story because of that. All right. Okay. And now I would like to introduce the little man who we spent his third birthday in Disney World with Mickey Mouse. He's in preschool learning his ABCs, his 1, 2, 3s, and he is the light of my life and the air that I breathe. And this is Jimmy. Come here, Jim. Come here. This is Jimmy, and I'm so grateful to Pregnancy Decision today because he is here with me and makes me smile constantly. Thank you, Jesus, for Jimmy. Can you say hi? Just say hi. Okay.
Knock it off!
Okay.